We've got an extraordinary transmission lined up for you tonight. But let me just start with something that I should have started with on the Friday show, because I'm live 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., as most folks know that are watching weekdays, syndicated on stations across the country, radio and TV, Infowars.com/show. If radio listeners want to actually add a dimension to it and actually see what we're doing here and actually see the clips and read the articles for themselves. I saw a video on Thursday night of Sean Parker, the former president of Facebook, legendary hacker, computer programmer, you name it, fellow I got to meet once here in Austin. And he was saying Facebook targets and exploits your weaknesses. It targets and exploits your psychology. It makes you depressed by design, and it's very, very evil. And we consciously knew this when we did it. So Thursday night, I see that when I'm at home, kind of getting ready for the next day's show. I spend 2-3 hours at night sometimes getting ready, and then a few hours in the morning. And I sent Nico Acosta, our head producer, the clips on the computer. I emailed him, and I said, I want to lead the show with this tomorrow. But I didn't, because Congressman Gates out of California came out and said, yeah, they're getting ready for martial law and the forceful removal of Trump with a coup. And then he broke down how they're preparing for it and how they're trying to get people on Capitol Hill ready to go along with it. And I could see how I kind of didn't go with my lead story, because when I got up in the morning, Steve Watson at Infowars.com had written a story about that. But once I kind of backed off from that story, once I'd already covered it, it was accurate. But once I'd already gone over it, I realized we've already talked about that a lot. They already got Phil Mudd of the CIA saying we're going to kill Trump on CNN. You already see the hashtag hunt Republicans, kill cops. I mean, you already see all the revolutionary fervor. Governor Jerry Brown just said, we need to kill people that don't want to pay carbon taxes and put them 6 feet under. We've got that speech. We can play it for you. It's on Infowars.com. So it's like, hey, we know they're revolutionary, they're bullies, they're criminals, they'll kill us if we don't do what they say. Thank God we have a Second Amendment. But to have Sean Parker, multi-billionaire, founder of Napster, one of the co-founders of Facebook and so many other big endeavors, who was so crazed when I met him, he wasn't on drugs, it was natural, super intelligence, that he just walked up to me and he went, Alex Jones, I can't believe you're here. He goes, I'm leaving, and just ran down the hall, out the door, at a party I was invited to by a rock star. And that's just a funny little story, because I said, well, I don't know what that guy's problem is, but okay, he ran from me like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Somebody sees a ghost, they run out the door so hard they just put a hole through the door and there's a silhouette of their body. But I don't need to believe Sean Parker. I read documents 20 years ago and 10 years ago and 5 years ago. I talked to former CIA section chiefs about this that were at MIT in the 70s. I did my research, because the elite acts like you're all idiots or I'm an idiot, and then we won't actually go read what's been written in published books by them. People ask, how do I know all this stuff? Why does everything keep coming true I talk about? Why does the media create all these fake things I didn't talk about to attribute to me to try to make people not tune in? It's because I actually went and read what they said they were going to build. And here's the bad news. Most of it they've been able to do. The good news is we now know they mean what they're saying. We can stop them. We have the intel, because a long-term program like this can be stopped if you're aware of it, even in its final 20% or so. So Sean Parker, co-founder of Facebook, bashed his company saying it was built to exploit human vulnerability. That's CNBC. You'll be on Facebook, folks, and they pop up serotonin reuptake inhibitor Prozac ads and psychological test ads, and they admit they're targeting leftists. I mean, this was in the news in January of this year. Australian executives leaked it, risking their lives, not just their money, to say we're exploiting especially leftists. We want to keep them desperate, alone with fake bot friends, and freak them out about Trump and ruin their lives. That's why they're so deranged, folks. They've been hit with AI computers. And by the way, Facebook's fighting back. I'm not at liberty to get into it at this point, but they've hit the friendly thing and the negative deal. They've hit us with the negative, full manipulation of their operatives, and their positive, hey, stop it, Alex. I've been hit in the last 2 days, and we recorded a lot of it, so just get ready, okay? So all of this is going on. Their congressional hearings saying shut us down, and Sean Parker comes out and says we're exploiting people, we're using them, we're manipulating them, we're using their weaknesses, we're making them more depressed. And he basically says it all. It's incredible. Is he hedging his bets like Donna Brazil? What's happening? Here's the first clip.
That thought process was all about how do we consume as much of your time and conscious attention as possible. And that means that we need to sort of give you a little dopamine hit every once in a while because someone liked or commented on
which you get climbing a hill
or whatever.
Or asking a girl out.
That's going to get you to contribute more
or getting in a fist fight.
And that's going to get you, more likes and comments. I mean, it's a social validation feedback loop that it's like it's exactly the kind of thing that a hacker like myself would come up with, because you're exploiting a vulnerability in human psychology. And I think that we the inventors, creators, and it's me, it's Mark, it's the Kevin Systerman, Instagram, it's all of these people understood this consciously, and we did it anyway.
But did you understand the next 100 moves, my friend? Or did you see the moves before they were even announced? He now begins to understand that. That's why he's doing this. Let's go to the next clip. Talking about children. Here it is.
And then they would say, no. I value my real life interactions. I value the moment. I value presence, and I value intimacy. And I would say, well, you're a conscientious objector. That's okay. You don't have to participate, but we'll get you eventually. and like, I don't know if I really understood the consequences of what I was saying. Because the unintended consequences of a network when it grows to 1 billion or 2 billion people, and it literally changes your relationship with society, with each other, with it probably interferes with productivity in weird ways. God only knows what it's doing.
If you think Parker's freaked out now,
our children's brains.
Wait till 5 years later.
Anxiety is a huge problem now. Of course, anxiety was always a big problem.
But they have ads that pop up.
Anxiety in high school, but the surveys that have been going on for years are showing a huge rise in anxiety amongst high school kids and younger.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
In ancient times, man roamed the earth in a constant state of hunting or being hunted. Introducing Caveman, where cutting-edge science meets ancient super nutrients. Secure your bottle right now at InfowarsStore.com.